Hola a todos. Hello everybody. We start. Empezamos con música. Hola a todos, estamos aquí, vamos a realizar, bueno, acaba de caer el invitado, vamos a ver si vuelve a conectar. Bienvenido, bienvenida, estamos aquí en MONOR. Hola Rosana.
Hello Sergio, how are you?
Fine. Where is Roger?
I don't know. A ver, he's talking to me on Facebook. Me está hablando en el Facebook. No olvidemos que también tenemos que hablar en español. Al mismo tiempo, we have to speak in Spanish at the same time. Roger, everything was right with him, but now he has disappeared. Okay, let's see.
¿Se cayó o se salió?
Pues se ha salido. He went out, I think. Sorry for the delay, but I don't know what happened.
¿Está intentando entrar?
Yeah, I think so. Sí, creo que sí.
Si entra Roger, pues empezamos la tertulia y luego al final hacemos la presentación, si quieres, de MONOR. En el momento que conecte, pues empezamos ya la tertulia con él.
¿Tienes abierto el Facebook?
¿El mío? Sí.
Pues mira un momento una cosa.
¿Dónde? ¿En el primer perfil?
Por favor, sí.
Voy a ver. No, pero ¿sabes si va a volver a conectar o no?
No lo sé, no le veo.
Hola conmigo, estamos aquí en el tertuliano. Entonces, bueno, hay algunos que en el último momento, porque esto es improvisado, entonces al último momento se asustan y se van corriendo. Ocurre. Pero no pasa nada. Estamos esperando a ver si viene Roger, a ver si se atreve. Y si no, no pasa nada. Tertulia.
there has been a misunderstanding. Ha habido un malentendido y el bichito, como siempre.
No, pero ¿qué te dice? ¿Qué te comenta?
A ver, hold on. Espera, me está hablando por el chat. Pues nada.
¿Y qué te comenta?
Me dice que si quiere, que si quiere que le pregunte las cosas por el chat, pero le digo que le estamos esperando.
Ya está aquí.
All right.
Vale.
Roger!
Roger, don't be afraid!
You guys, man, I can't. I don't speak Spanish.
We are waiting you. We have a lot of people waiting you.
I don't speak very good English either. So.
Don't say that, Roger.
Okay, we're going to start the interview. Vamos a empezar la tertulia. And okay, Rosana, it's your time and with Roger to make the interview. You're gonna translate vas a traducir todo lo que va a decir Roger. Then it's your time. Welcome, Roger.
Hi.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for being here and welcome. Gracias por estar aquí. Te damos la bienvenida. Y bueno, I met Roger on Facebook because he published a post really amazing. Publicó un post muy alucinante y contacté con él a ver si quería contárnoslo. And I contacted you to see if you wanted to talk to us, to tell us about your story. So you can start. Because Roger, he's got a lot of information. Roger tiene mucha información, entonces, como que no tenemos un guión, ¿no? We don't have a script. So, we are going to be spontaneous. Vamos a ser espontáneos y empezar por donde él quiera. You can start wherever you want. Maybe with your story about what happened to you. It was 4 years ago, right? Con lo que le sucedió, creo que fue hace 4 años.
It was, let's see, 2009? I think it was 2009. Yeah.
Right.
You know, I was in the shower and I was attacked brutally, shoved face first through the shower doors, and I landed on the hard tile, and the broken glass on my wrist made my hands slide out, so I landed face first. And I come into the bedroom.
Okay, hold on, please, hold. I have to translate. Sorry to interrupt you, but I have to translate. Pues esto le sucedió en 2009, que estaba en la ducha, en el baño, y entonces de repente fue atacado y se cayó, creo que fue golpeado y se cayó al suelo. Okay, go on, please.
Well, I made it into the next room, and I was grabbed from behind by my hair and thrown headfirst into the wall. And I fell back, and I was knocked out for like 48 hours. And I just woke up all bloody, my face all cut up. And the first thing I did was take that picture that I posted on Facebook.
Vale, okay, hold on, please. Entonces se fue corriendo a la habitación de al lado y notó como que algo le cogía por detrás, le tiró contra la pared y ya no se acuerda de más. Se acuerda que después se despertó en la cama, 4 horas o 8 después, y tenía toda la cara llena de sangre y llena de cortes, que fue una foto que publicó en el Facebook. Okay.
All right.
Go on, Roger.
Well, you know, at first I thought they were ghosts, okay? This is not the case. These were good and bad dimensional forces fighting. Well, what's happened was my DNA activation was getting ready to start, okay? That's when I started to wake up and I started to see everything and I was like, wow. But
creyó que eran fantasmas, pero no, que no eran eso, era como una lucha de entidades buenas y malas, y todo esto comenzó cuando se empezó a reactivar su ADN. But how do you know your DNA was being reactivated?
It was only the preparation. The beating was the bad guys trying to interrupt me making contact with Source, okay? And I think that was what that was all about. The beings sent were directly from Source, or what you would call God.
The beings, the entities, you mean?
Yeah, the ones that I have a picture of after the beating. They were there to protect me.
Ah, vale. Y que también le he preguntado que cómo sabe que su ADN se empezó a reactivar. Porque dice que sintió como unas presencias que realmente venían a ayudarle, que venían como de la fuente, que dice que es lo que comúnmente se podría denominar como Dios. Okay, go on, please.
I've only had one brutal attack since, but it broke my shoulder in 2 places. Wow. And I don't know if you can see it, but it sticks up through my shirt right here. It's really bad. It didn't grow back right. Anyway, you know, it's pretty bad. I don't know if you can see it or not. See how it pokes up?
Es que puedes verlo. Como cuadraditos nuestros. I have our images, so I can't see it.
And that.
But I'm going to translate because people, they don't know what we are talking about. Voy a traducir. Que desde entonces solo sufrió un ataque. Que le rompieron el hombro.
Yeah.
Que es lo que está enseñando, pero yo no he podido verlo.
I was just simply pushed.
Vale.
And I fell out of the back of my truck. Haven't you ever been pushed or thought you've been pushed by someone or something and there was nobody there? I mean, it happens to everybody. I've heard countless people talk of it. Well, that's what's really happening. That's really what's happening.
Okay. And you were in your truck.
Right.
Okay. But inside the truck. No, outside.
I was sweeping out the bed of my truck, sweeping the dirt out of it, and I was pushed. And I fell out and landed on my shoulder and my head. The head's okay. It's too hard. It ain't gonna hurt that, but the shoulder didn't do too good.
Vale, pues que estaba saliendo de su camión, no, estaba sweeping el camión, creo que ha dicho eso, y entonces le notó como que alguien lo empujaba. Dice, porque a veces, oye, es que estas historias de la gente que la empujan y tal, pero hasta que no te pasa a ti que te empujan, realmente no sientes estar empujando. Okay.
Anyway, that was my last attack. Since then, I know how to keep them at bay with my mind. I guess that's another story. But when you start to connect and your DNA gets activated, you start regaining some of your powers back as a human being. See, nobody knows who and what we really are. From what I understand, the information, our DNA code is actually the chariots of the gods. Everybody wants to reincarnate here, get this DNA and take it back to their solar system to enrich their planet, you know, and all that. But right now, the bad guys are enslaving all of us. We weren't meant to have these meat suits. We're souls, okay.
A ver si recuerdo todo lo que ha dicho, que solo este fue el último ataque y que realmente eso le pasó cuando se dio cuenta que su ADN se empieza a reactivar. Y, a ver qué más ha dicho, es que ha dicho tantas cosas. Y que entonces es cuando te empiezas a dar cuenta que hay unas entidades fuera, externas, malvadas, que son las que nos están sometiendo. What do you say, sorry, about the solar, the solar system that you want to, about the reincarnation? Could you repeat it, please?
Yeah, you see,
the people want to reincarnate.
Other beings want to have what we have, and that's eternal life and godlike powers, because we're half gods. That's what makes us chariots of the God. See, Earth was in the beginning. It was.
Hold on. Otherwise I forget. Sorry. Que realmente estos seres lo que quieren es lo que tenemos nosotros, ¿vale? Que es como nuestra inmortalidad como seres, como hijos de la fuente que somos, que es lo que quieren de nosotros. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Gaia is Earth. She's a living being, okay? And we come from her. Well, Gaia was intended, it started out as a 7th dimensional seed planet. And Gaia, for beings to come and heal their DNA and get what we have and take it back to their solar system or to their planet or whatever it is. That's the way I understand the information and how it was given to me.
Vale,
Go ahead.
Pues thank you. Que Gaia, claro, es el planeta que ha sido como concebido para curar a la gente, ¿vale? Y ser enviados de nuevo como una fuente divina hacia el sistema solar. Que en realidad la Tierra estamos aquí es como un hospital, digamos, ¿vale? Energéticamente hablando, claro. Okay, go on, please.
Well, okay, the fallen angels, the Anunnaki, the Anu Elohim Naki is what I'm calling them now. Those are the guys that come down here and they enslaved us into these suits, our bodies, okay? And
vale, que Anunnaki, Elohim, los ángeles caídos, todos estos han sido los que han bajado a la Tierra para, bueno, creo que ha dicho en sus naves, para esclavizarnos en nuestros cuerpos. Okay.
Where were we going with that? Anyway.
There are so many things to
anyway,
Roger.
Okay. These guys, from what I understand, were kicked out of the Federation or the Council of Planetary Affairs or whatever it was for greed and their selfish service to self standing in their being and everything. And when they come down here and started enslaving us, putting us in these bodies, well, the war has been on ever since. See, not only is Earth the prize, the main prize that all these controlling beings want, but humanity's DNA is also the prize. For the ones who want to bring love into the universe, okay?
Please. Vale, que estos seres han sido como expulsados de la Federación, es que habla tan deprisa que yo no me acuerdo, de la Federación Solar, algo así, y que realmente lo que quieren es nuestro ADN, esclavizarnos por nuestro ADN, y realmente ha sido cuando han venido ellos cuando ha comenzado la verdadera guerra. Lo siento, pero tengo que resumir, porque si no... Okay, go on.
Okay. I keep getting lost from where we were at. Let's see.
You were talking about the Anunnakis, they were...
Right. Well, you know, that history goes back over 450,000 years ago. All right. You know, and humanity originated on a planet called Lyra. There's humanity all throughout.
Lyra?
Yeah, the planet Lyra. It's not there anymore. They destroyed it. but us humans.
Can you spell it? L-I-R-A.
L-Y-R-A, Lyra.
Ah, vale.
Lira. Constelación de
sí,
Lira.
Vale. Que dice que ese es el planeta donde venimos, que realmente todo esto empezó hace 4 o 5 mil años antes y que venimos de ese planeta. Lyra, que bueno, Lira.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what I understand, Andrew Barthes, the galactic historian, relayed that the timeline genocide war started over 52 million years ago, and humans are all up in it. There's been a war going on over planet Earth and humanity since the beginning, from what I understand. And it was all started by the Alpha Draconians who wanted to control humanity, you know. So,
Okay. Que desde su punto de vista todo empezó hace 52 millones de años con estos seres que son los alfa
Draconis. Alfa Draconis.
Iba a decir los
Alfa
dracos,
Draconianos.
Los draconianos. Y han nombrado el nombre de un historiador. Could you please tell me the name of the historian again? You were talking about. Roger, you told me
yes.
Andrew something, no? You said the history. There was a guy you said who talked about the history of the Alpha Draconians 52 million years ago or something.
I have an article.
It doesn't matter.
I have an article about the Alpha Draconians. I think I shared that on Facebook. It may even be on my timeline. There's a lot of other bad guys in it too. There's the Zeta Reticulans, the reptilians. Yeah, they're a sect of the Alpha Draconians. Right now, war is waging under our feet. We don't even know about it. Nobody knows about it. There's war in heaven. There's war below us right now.
Hay una guerra ahora en el cielo y debajo de nosotros y ni siquiera sabemos todo lo que está pasando. Okay.
A lot of the underground bases have been destroyed.
Muchas de las bases que están bajo tierra han sido destruidas.
Okay. Let's see, they're being attacked topside, and the light workers are manifesting, flooding them from underneath. It's rescuing all the captives and everything and getting them out of there. Now, I don't know how true it is, but information says that President Trump covertly ordered these actions to take place from above, while the light workers are working from underneath, flooding them out. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. I don't know.
Que hay mucho movimiento debajo de la tierra, que se están destruyendo bases alienígenas, y él dice que se comenta que Trump sabe todo esto y de que de hecho él es el artífice de todo lo que está pasando. Today you posted something about, because I didn't have the time to read it, about the earthquakes, right? Hoy he visto que había hecho un post sobre los terremotos.
Okay, it only makes sense to me that the recent multiple, I mean, they're everywhere, all the earthquakes everywhere, that is from the war that's waging on under us as we speak. You know, guns are drawn. I mean, it's all out war underground, and we're seeing seismic activity as a direct result of what's going on. That's the only proof we've got.
Vale, you know? Okay. Dice que todo el movimiento este de earthquakes, ¿cómo se dice? De
terremotos.
De terremotos y todo esto que hay ahora, que hay muchos rumores y que él piensa también que es a causa de toda la actividad que hay abajo, que es todo lo que está pasando debajo de nuestros pies. Okay, go on, please.
All right, now, listen, most of this information I get from some other sources, but Patty Broussard, Sergeant Patty Broussard on YouTube has been one of my main sources of information. And, you know, I got to put a lot of stock in what Patty says. I mean, it's the same old story right on down the line until he gets his side of the story. I also recently found out Phil Schneider didn't commit suicide. He was murdered, just like a lot of Phil Schneider. He was the one that got in the underground base war with the aliens over in Area 51. Or no, that was in Dulce, New Mexico. Dulce, New Mexico.
Okay, que este fue asesinado. Dice que toda la información que tiene, que él la coge de otras fuentes, pero que a él que le parece bastante, vamos, que le resuena, que le parece bastante, que tiene sentido. Okay.
I firmly believe that Gandhi was onto something, and that's why he was killed. I firmly believe that Kennedy was onto something, and that's why he was killed. Not to mention he wanted to shut down the Federal Reserve, okay? He didn't want to let that go on. If you know anything about it, then you know that's poison. The Federal Reserve ain't got nothing to do with our government. It's privately owned by the Rothschild, the COBLE banking system.
Que la Reserva Federal realmente no tiene nada que ver con su país, que es como algo aparte.
That's Phil Schneider.
Hay mucha gente que ha sido matada, asesinada, bueno, como ya sabemos todos, Kennedy y todo eso. Gandhi también dice que ahí hay mucho movimiento también. Okay.
All right. Well, that's just some of the latest information. I mean, this information is out there for anybody. All you got to do is look for it. But
yeah, you know. But can we go back to your personal story, because it is very interesting what happened after you call Ghostbusters or something like that, no?
Oh yeah, I called the guys out.
Porque si podemos volver un poco a su historia, porque yo la he leído y es bastante interesante. ¿Por qué le pasó todo esto que fue atacado en su casa? Okay.
Right. Well, I called the guy and he did an extensive telephone interview, and he said that I meet the criteria. Well, he was so busy that he called the backup team in, and two ladies showed up and they sat out in the driveway for about 10 minutes staring at the house. They came in, said, mind if we look around, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, go ahead. They lit some incense or something, walked around the house, come back a very short while later and told me, we got to go. There's nothing we can do to help you. You know, I left me a little weird. It's a little weird, you know? And I'm like, what the hell? And then the attack, okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. Que, bueno, cuando le pasó todo esto, llamó como una especie de cazafantasmas de estos, ¿no? Que hay que vienen a tu casa a hacerte mediciones y tal y cual. Y le dijeron que si seguía unos criterios, estuvieron hablando con él un montón de tiempo por teléfono. Le preguntaron muchas preguntas, le dijeron que sí que seguía el criterio para enviar a alguien que fuera a su casa. Entonces había dos señoras que estuvieron mirando durante 10 minutos su casa así, que entraron, pusieron incienso, y que le dijeron, mira, no hay nada que podamos hacer para ayudarte. Okay, go on with your story. What happened next?
Well, I decided to take a shower. Bad idea, because that's when it all happened. I thought I heard something before it happened, but I can't recall. It was a low rumbling, some kind of voice or something. It was very short, like, whoop, and then bam, I got hit. Well, nothing I could do. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to go.
Y que entonces decidió tomar una ducha y dice, mala idea, porque entonces fue cuando le pasó todo eso. Dice que oyó como una especie de voces, pero dijo, no puede ser. Y entonces fue cuando se fue a la ducha y sufrió el ataque ese. Es que tiene una foto que no, el hombre no la sabe poner, pero...
Pero está aquí, mira. Tengo aquí
una...
una...
¿Me buscas en su Facebook?
Sí, tengo aquí una que estaba mirando en su Face.
Because you hit yourself against the mirror in your bathroom or against the floor?
Oh, no, I landed on the floor, marble floor.
Ah, marble. That's why you had scars.
My face
Vale.
just poof, you know, it just exploded.
And you didn't remember how you get to your room, no?
Oh, I slowly got up and stumbled in there about halfway. And, you know, I was catching my balance. I was cool. And then all of a sudden, bam, something grabbed me behind the head by the hair and just threw me right through the wall head first. I wish I hadn't patched a hole because it's right there. I could show you. But I didn't think of taking pictures of the hole in the wall at the time.
Vale, y entonces, pues que se cayó en el suelo, que era de mármol, y por eso se hizo todas esas cicatrices. Y que nada, que llegó ahí arrastrándose hasta su habitación, que fue cuando que algo le cogió del cuello y le tiró contra la pared, y luego ya fue cuando se desmayó. Okay. And after that, you recall those people, right? To revisit your house, searching for the beans, or
okay.
It was a time.
There was an Indian girl. Okay. This when my mind's eye. You see, when I close my eyes and I connect, I was seeing an Indian girl. I was smelling her hair. She smelled really good too. And there was the smell of leather. There was a smell of leather. There was a smell of...
Pero that was... Sorry. But according to your stories, you called these people again, no? They came back to your home again, or not?
No, they only came out once. They only came out one time. They only came out one time.
Okay.
But I'm saying there was like a presence of an Indian girl, and there was a Union soldier, and I was smelling the leather, and I was getting smells of lavender. I was getting smells of bacon and eggs cooking in the kitchen. Ain't nobody cooking. The microwave comes on by itself. Water comes on by itself. You know, real creepy stuff. And I know what that is now. It's just, they're trying to distract me.
I'm going to translate. Vale, dice que pues cuando llamó a esta gente, ya no volvieron, ¿no? Porque salieron como por patas, los cazafantasmas. Y a partir de ahí sintió la presencia de una mujer india y que podía oler olor a cuero, era de la época de los Union Soldier, ¿no? You said, de un soldado de la Unión, de la época esta de los federados y todo esto, ¿no? De los confederados. Y podía sentir el olor a lavanda. Bien, ¿no? Sentía como presencias indias. Y después de eso, ¿qué ha pasado? Pues que se le encienden microondas, huele a bacon y a huevos, como que alguien está cocinando en la cocina, baja y no hay nadie, y que le pasan muchas cosas de esas, sobre todo en microondas, que se pone solo cada 2x3. Y dice que cree que son maniobras para distraerle. All right.
Well, anyway, sometimes, many times, usually between the hours of 4 a.m. and daybreak, it would sound in the front room like there was a party going on, you know? So I grab my pistol and I run in the front room and there's nobody in there. And I'm just totally freaked out over the whole thing. But all this is a distraction to keep me from sharing the information about the aliens. That's what it all boils down to.
Vale, que muchas veces a las 4 de la mañana se despierta, que así que hay como un ruido de una fiesta en la habitación enfrente, va corriendo, entra y no hay nadie, que le pasa muchas veces siempre a las 4 de la mañana. Y dice que él cree que son maniobras de distracción para que no, como para que le entre miedo y no comparte información. But on your article, you said somebody talked to you about the
Trail of Tears.
The Trail of Tears. Yeah, the Trail of Tears, right?
I knew what you were going to say before you said it. That happens a lot with me. Yeah, and I did a background check on it, you know, demographically, and I'm nowhere near the Trail of Tears. I'm further out by Asheville, some couple hours from here. So I don't know how accurate that is, but now the limestone deposits in the underground aquifer underneath me have something to do with the projection of beings also, from what I understand. I don't know how true that is, but I've got both going on. Actually, all three counting the spirits. But there's no activity now. Everything is pretty much calm.
Vale, pues que alguien, al ver a la India, la mujer india, alguien le habló de, en inglés se dice The Trial of Tears, que es el camino de las lágrimas, que fue un episodio en el que murieron miles de indios a manos de los soldados. Y entonces hay muchas almas que se han quedado por ahí, ¿vale? Pero dice que hizo una búsqueda en internet y todo eso y que está como a, creo que ha dicho, a 2 horas de su casa en Asheville. Entonces él dijo que no le parece muy probable que sea eso, ¿vale? Porque hay muchos indios enterrados, diseminados a lo largo de kilómetros, porque fueron miles de indios asesinados. Y entonces
¿En qué zona vive? ¿En qué zona se encuentra?
Ah, sí, porque no lo hemos dicho. Where are you at, Roger? North Dakota? No, North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
En Carolina del Norte.
Do you know the story of the Trail of Tears?
¿Cómo, sorry?
Do you know the story?
Because I read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Thousands of Indians killed by the soldiers,
Yes.
right?
It was a horrible death march relocation.
Sí, fue un desfile horrible porque creo que les echaron les echaron de las tierras a los indios y entonces les dijeron, pues os vamos a llevar a reservas. Y durante el camino murieron miles. Y claro, pues dicen que hay muchos sitios en los que hay así como actividad energética de los indios. Y él decía que cree que en su casa, you said there is limestone with water, no, underneath your house.
Yeah, they have an underground aquifer. Yeah, it runs for thousands of miles.
Ah, vale. Debajo de su casa hay un acuífero también, con terreno limestone calcáreo, que recorre miles de millas. Y dice que quizá eso también pueda ser un motivo para el que haya ese tipo de actividad de espíritus o como se quiera llamar.
I also have all kinds of abandoned gold mines all around my house. I got a mountain over 1,000 feet in my backyard, you know, so I'm kind of up in the hills. I'm up in the hills a little bit. I'm at 1,200 feet elevation above sea level. I don't know what that mountain is, but it's pretty interesting.
Que también vive en una zona montañosa donde hay muchas minas abandonadas de oro, que es muy interesante porque realmente no sabe mucho la historia de todo eso que le rodea. Okay.
All right. It's beautiful country. Anyway, like I said, I don't know how true all that is about the aquifer and the quartz, or what do they call them, crystal deposits or whatever, having an effect on the manifestation of spiritual beings. But I've heard that more than once, so there may be something to it. I don't know. But thank God all my activity has stopped now. I'll tell you more in a minute.
Vale, que dice que de momento no le ha vuelto a pasar nada más. Y que sí que puede que tenga algo de influencia toda la actividad acuífera, que también hay cristales de cuarzo, creo que ha dicho, y que ha leído que hay gente que sí que tiene como visitas de este tipo de seres. Bueno, esto claro, me recuerda un poco a las pirámides también.
Okay, where did I leave off?
Did you know somebody who had this kind of experiences, or you never talked to anybody?
You know, this is just like the whole alien thing. Nobody wants to talk about it, even if they've seen it, because the people call them crazy, okay? Me, I was crazy way before that stuff happened, okay? So I ain't got nothing to worry about, you know?
No, le he preguntado que si conoce a alguien en su zona, algún vecino que le haya pasado lo mismo. Y dice que, mira, que si pasase que nadie querría hablar de eso porque te vuelves loco. Dice que él también tuvo una temporada que estaba crazy, loco.
Sí, muy loco en la cabeza. That much Spanish I do know. that much I do know. Anyway.
Muy loco en la cabeza.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, most of my activity stopped. One of my contacts explained to me that the beings called the Maitri, and they are the ones who are directly responsible for my personal attacks. And I said, well, why do they hate me? And he said, it's not you. He says, they hate everybody.
Que una persona le dijo, te han atacado porque te odian. Y entonces le dice él, ¿pero por qué me odian a mí? Y dice, no es que te odien a ti, es que odian a todos. Okay.
Yeah, they, let's see, my last attack was maybe a year ago. And I released some information and they got mad at me and they were squeezing my spine. I was laying in the bed. I was in so much pain. And it took a while to break it, you know, with my mind, to get them off of me. It was quite a challenge. It took a lot out of me. But ever since then, they backed off. They go, uh-oh, he's found the matches. He knows what he's doing. We better be cool. So they kind of been leaving me alone, you know.
Que dice que hace un año también sufrió otro ataque en la espina dorsal, que estaba ahí muy mal y tal. Y a ver qué más ha dicho. Y que dice que siente como que piensan, bueno, cuidado, que como este está en el buen camino, que sabe lo que está haciendo, mejor no meterse con él.
Well,
Okay.
That's the way I got it, you know. I'm not even sure they like each other. But anyway, the activity has pretty much stopped finally. I mean, that was a blessing. Sometimes, well, let's see. No, I don't have the nightmares anymore. Nightmares are directly from them as well. I don't know if you know that. But when you're having a nightmare, generally those beings are in your mind. You know, they also call them archons. Have you ever heard that term?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guys that leech onto your brain. Yeah.
Dice que ya no tiene más pesadillas, pero que antes tenía muchas pesadillas, y dice que cuando tienes pesadillas no es porque las tengas, es porque los arcontes están ahí atacándote. Y otra cosa que quería preguntarle. Another thing I wanted to ask you, that you said before you saw 3 entities behind you, like a face of wolf or something.
Oh, the 3 beings.
That was after. Yeah, when was that?
The 3 beings.
Los 3 seres que vio, ¿cuándo fue eso?
The 3 beings that were
When was
behind
that?
me. I was right here where I'm sitting. I'll show you the doorway. Hold on. You see the doorway?
Sí, que si vemos la puerta, que está ahí en el mismo sitio, sentado.
There's the doorway. There it is. There's the doorway. Anyway.
La entrada de la puerta, y que ahí vio a 3 seres. But it happened when did it happen?
I think it was like 2008 or 2009.
So in the same period as the other attack, en el 2008-2009 también.
It may have been 2010. You know, I've tried to really put it out of my mind, but it won't go away.
Intenta olvidarlo, pero no se le va.
It's
so
not.
You were in your computer, and then suddenly what happened? Tell us. Que nos cuente qué pasó.
I got up, and the first thing I thought of was, when I saw my face, was sit down in front of my computer and take the picture of my face to make, you know, a record of what happened to me. That way, when I tell somebody, hey, look, you know, this really happened. I got proof. Well, for 4 years, I stared at that picture. And a friend of mine, I told them, I said, you know, it looks like there's something in that doorway. And she says, hang on a minute. She enhanced the pixels of the picture. And that's when the 3 beings became visible.
Pues okay. se hizo una foto de sí mismo, que se la enseñó un amigo, que la foto se la tuvo durante 4 años y que le dijo, oye, pero espera, que hay ahí unas entidades. Y que entonces se dio cuenta de que sí, que había 3 entidades. Es que tiene una foto, pero es una pena porque no sabe enviarla. No te puedes meter en su Facebook, Sergio, porque
sí,
tiene
sí, en su Facebook.
Tiene una foto esa donde tiene las cicatrices, al lado hay otra con...
Pero esta, confírmame si es esta.
Sí, la de las cicatrices.
¿Is this photo?
Pero es que no se ve. A ver.
Aquí se le ve...
Esa, is that picture, Roger?
Yeah, you can see the one in the middle. That's the one that really got my attention.
In black?
The blue one, la azul.
The blue one, yes, the blue one.
Es una serpiente, ¿no? It's a snake, isn't it?
Looks like a wolf to me.
Ah, él dice que le parece un lobo.
A mí yo lo veo un dragón. Tiene cabeza Draco.
Yeah, it's Dracula, all right.
No,
tiene cabeza Draco.
Yeah, I know about Dracula.
Drácula, dice.
Or the wolf man.
And this one is amphibious. How we say?
Sí, amphibious. Está bien. Right.
This one is amphibious.
No, pero ese es él.
The one to the left.
El que estás señalando tú.
See the Indian.
Esto es él. ¿Y esto qué es? Ah, esto es su pelo.
Sí, claro. Es the one on the left, el de la izquierda.
The Indian girl with
entonces
the headband.
No son 3 entidades. It's only Native one entity.
The Native American. And then there's a little guy to the right. I don't know what he's all about. My contact told me from left to right. What did he say they were? He said the one in the middle was the Atheme, which is an alien. The one to the left was Pleiadian. And the little guy to the right was the Solapsi Rai. Okay.
Sí, es verdad que a la izquierda se ve otra cosa.
Can you remember the
alguien
names?
Le dijo lo que era cada entidad. Uno un pleiadiano, el otro... Sorry, the second one was what?
The Atheme.
Atheme.
A-F-I-M. A-F-I-M. Atheme. They're good guys.
E-F-I-M. Efam. The good guys, que son los buenos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Si son
and the one
son los buenos.
The one all the way to the right. The one all the way to the right is Solapsi Rai.
Solapsi Rai. But it is you on the right. But it is not like you.
No, there's the third being from left to right. You see the third being?
No, pero bueno. Desde la izquierda a la derecha hay 3. Yo solo veo 2. Pero bueno.
Yeah, you got to kind of look closely at it. But you see him, he's a little shorter. He's a Solapsi Rai.
Solapsi Rai. No sé, ¿a ti te suena, Sergio? Solapsi Rai.
Yeah, Solapsi Rai are one of the oldest beings in the universe. They're the most developed.
Uno de los seres más antiguos del universo, de los más desarrollados.
Solar.
Solapsi.
Could you spell it, please?
S-O. L-A-P-S-I dash R-A-I. Solapsi Rai.
Solapsi. Y después, no, Solapsi. Solapsi, después guión. Lo tienes ahí, Sergio,
Solapsi-Rai.
el tercero.
Solapsi-Rai.
It's Solapsi-Rai. You'll hear the name again.
But this is the good one. You said this is a good one, Roger.
That's not a Solapsi-Rai.
Yeah, because this one.
Solapsi-Rai.
He doesn't look like a good one. Este no parece bueno para nada.
¿Será que lo que hice se meten en todos y tienen tantos nombres? Aquí no aparece nada. No aparece más que ellos.
Ah, there's the Athene.
Afin, espera, que he encontrado Afin.
Yeah,
Where?
go back. Go back.
Espera, vete para atrás, por favor, Sergio.
Ah, wait.
Que te vayas para atrás, que acaba de ver a Afin.
Hold on a
Go
minute.
down.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Espera.
Right there. That's a Solapsi-Rai. Right here. Okay? Ah, he's a
No, which
Matri.
one?
There's a Matri, the bad guy.
Y está el malo. Vale, pero you will have to tell us which number with picture, because for me,
Hold
they
on.
are all the same. Para mí son todos iguales.
Okay, did you get
Son
that?
los grises.
All right, here's a Solapsi-Rai right here.
The one in the middle.
That's him right there.
Madre mía.
Okay?
Pero this is disgusting.
Yeah, that's him. That's,
Si este es el bueno.
now, you know, I don't know. This is my contact tells me this, and I'm like, yeah, okay. You know? I've got no reason to not believe him.
Pero what is the difference between this one and the gray ones? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre este y los grises?
Well, what's that now?
What's the difference between this one and the gray ones? Because for me it's the same.
Nah, they're different beings. They're from different places. A lot of the guys, from what I understand, look gray out there or blue. Andromedans are light blue. The Aphim are dark blue. They all look different.
Dice que muchos de los de fuera que son grises o azules, que hay tantas razas que no se puede generalizar con los grises. Pero bueno, este no tiene cara de muy buenos amigos. But he doesn't have a look, very friendly look.
Okay, how do I get rid of this?
Venga, quitémoslo. Dice, ¿cómo me quito de esto?
All right, well, anyway, I can't figure out how to do this. I can't get rid of it.
No, it's Sergio who has to do it, don't worry. Es Sergio el que tiene que quitarlo, que no quiere ver a ese. Ponnos una foto más agradable, Sergio.
All right. But anyway, that's where we left off, right there. Let's see. They don't have a picture.
There was a thing I wanted to ask you.
That might be. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
No sabe lo que es. Esto es todo que se lo cuenta un contacto suyo.
Pleiadians look more human-like. And there's good Pleiadians and bad Pleiadians, from what I understand, too.
Que según lo que entiende él, o lo que ha oído, que hay pleiadianos buenos y malos.
I guess the bad Pleiadians are the ones that were working with the Nazis during World War II.
Se supone que los malos fueron los que trabajaron con los nazis en la Segunda Guerra Mundial.
Yeah, they were hybrid by the Alpha Draconians and sent down here to do the dirty work.
Que fueron hibridados por los alfa draconianos estos.
Yeah, like hybrid.
Sí, hybrid, híbridos.
No, not indigo. No, I'm in.
Híbrido híbrido. Hybrid in Spanish is híbrido. Don't worry.
Okay.
Me ha entendido índigo. No, I didn't say indigo. Vale, there was a question I wanted to ask you. Que quiero preguntarle una cosa. You, in your Facebook, you talk about the contract. En su Facebook siempre habla de un contrato. What kind of contract are you talking about?
I asked for the task of bringing forth the information best I can from where I'm at. It's simple as that. It's an agreement.
Vale.
It's like when you pray to Source. I said, look, I want to be in on this, okay? So here I am. You know?
Vale, que lo que hace él es como empoderarse y pedir a la fuente que le dé la mejor información posible y que siga siendo él mismo, y eso, que como que pide su luz, su poder, que ese es el contrato que tiene hecho, porque yo pensé que a lo mejor era
the only proof I need is what I felt inside when I did it, and that's, to me, I know it's real.
Vale,
I've heard other light workers speak of it too.
Que él, al final, lo que se fía es de sus sentimientos y sus intuiciones. Okay.
Do what now?
No, I was translating what you said, that you only want to be guided by your feelings and intuitions, no? At the end. And feel connected with the source.
Oh, connected with Source. That's sort of like when you meditate. Source will speak to you. Source will speak to you.
La fuente te habla.
Yeah, God. You know,
Sí, que es como si dijera Dios.
This whole God of the Bible thing, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it.
No, que él pasa del Dios este de la Biblia.
It's the biggest bullshit story ever perpetrated upon mankind for their own destruction.
Que es la mierda más grande que se ha construido en la humanidad para nuestra destrucción.
And I think the bull's still shitting.
Ya, y que todavía nos está enmierdando con el Dios de la Biblia. Vale, yo no puedo ver el chat. No sé por qué, si alguien quiere preguntarle algo. O no sé, tú dirás, Sergio.
No, en el chat no están. Si quieres, abro una rueda de preguntas.
Vale, pero yo pongo chat y no lo veo, no sé por qué. Sí, no sé, si tú tienes algo que preguntar. I'm telling Sergio if somebody wants to ask you something.
No, las entidades no las pudo ver, es decir, que realmente él sintió las tres entidades, pero son las que salen en la foto, no las pudo ver, ¿no?
Have you ever seen these entities or you just feel them? For example, when you made the pictures, you didn't really see them, right? You just...
No, I only saw them in the picture. If I close my eyes and I meditate, I can see them a lot better than when my eyes are open.
Que les puede ver cuando está, por ejemplo, meditando, pero que cuando está en la vida real, digamos, despierto, nunca les ve.
Some of them...
Una pregunta, cuando le empujaron era como un viento, era como un viento a presión o era algo físico.
¿El cuándo? Es que como está hablando a la vez no lo he oído, perdona. ¿Cuándo?
Cuando le empujó esa entidad, ¿era como un aire a presión o era algo físico que le estaba empujando?
When you were pushed, it was like a pressure air. You know, like a wind, like a pressure air, or you just felt like a hand pushing you?
Yeah, it was
like something physical.
they caught me at the perfect moment where my balance was just enough. All they had to do was just barely touch me, and I went right over.
But you felt something physical really touching you, not like a...
Nah, I would compare it soft, like a pillow, but it was just enough to get me to fall.
Ah, vale. Es que era un momento en el que estaba así con el equilibrio un poco tal, y justo aprovecharon, y dice que fue algo suave, como cuando, por ejemplo, te empujan así con una pillow, con una almohada, ¿sabes? Realmente no fue un empujón así con una mano. Es como que aprovecharon de eso, de su falta de equilibrio para tirarle.
Una pregunta, ¿cómo contacta con la fuente? ¿Cómo hace para contactar con la fuente?
How do you do to contact with the source?
What's that now?
How do you do, or what do you do? What is your way to connect with the source?
You just quiet your mind. Just quiet your mind, close your eyes and look inside. And it will project.
Estar así tranquilo, como si estuvieras meditando. Pues dejas tu mente callada, cierras los ojos y te dejas proyectar.
I guess it has a lot to do with the third eye. The third eye is not a receiver, it's a projector of what we want to create or what is really going on around us. You will sense when those guys are around. You get like a feeling of dread, you know. You just know they're there. They ain't messing with me, but they're there.
Que dice que todo tiene que ver con el tercer ojo. Que al contrario de lo que mucha gente piensa, el tercer ojo no es un receptor, sino un creador. Que tú puedes proyectar todo lo que quieras y que realmente que sientes a estas entidades que vienen a tocarte las narices.
I
agree with you.
I agree with you. Es que no se ha oído.
I agree with you. The pineal gland. Pero bueno, yo hablo yo me refiero a la glándula pineal. The pineal gland.
He's talking about the pineal gland. Is it for you the same as the third eye, right?
Yeah, it's actually a projector.
Sí,
holographic projector.
Yeah.
Holographic projector, that is.
Yeah.
Y también, ¿cómo sabe que es el activo del ADN?
How do you know your DNA was activated? Or you just, because you want it or because...
Oh, man, that was really a moment in my life. I was funneling through information, doing research, and then all of a sudden it was like, I can't say it was like a blinding light, but it was just like an epiphany. Something had just come to me and my whole body just started to vibrate. And all of a sudden I knew what the truth was because I had waded through so much information. Now I'm able to know what's bullshit and what's not.
Vale, pues que estaba buscando información y de repente le vino... Dice que ni siquiera lo compararía con una luz brillante, sino como una epifanía. Y que sintió algo en todo su cuerpo que nunca había sentido y que a partir de entonces empezó a diferenciar la información verídica de la que no es. Porque dice que estamos rodeados por tanta mierda de información, tantas mentiras y tanta mierda que ahora es como que tiene una intuición de lo que realmente es verdad y lo que no.
I understand now what people mean when they say it's really hard to describe. You have to actually experience it and then you just go, wow, you know, then you understand. But until it happens, you just, there's no way to know. I mean, I can't.
Que siempre oímos a la gente que dice, es que tienes que sentirlo porque no se puede describir. Y que tú piensas, bueno, vale, tal. Pero cuando te pasa, te das cuenta de que es esa la sensación de la que todo el mundo ha estado hablando y que realmente no lo puedes describir porque es tan profundo, tan interior, que no tienes palabras para expresarlo.
There's a lot of light workers and indigos out there right now that are way, way, way far more advanced than I'll ever be. I just know certain information, and I know somehow I know what's bullshit and what's not. I don't know how to describe it.
Bueno, repito más o menos lo mismo. Hay tanta información que no sabe cómo describirlo, pero que ahora realmente sabe diferenciarlo cuando es buena.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you when my DNA activated. I was watching the galactic historian Andrew Barthes, and that's when it. Yeah, I know you've heard that name before. And all of a sudden,
Barthes.
Yes, he's the galactic historian. He's able to read He's able to read the
Akashic records.
Yeah, at will.
Vale.
It's awesome guy. Yeah, he's the real.
Esto le pasó cuando estaba escuchando a este hombre, le pasó eso. Que dice que es un tío genial, que habla mucho sobre los registros acásicos y todo eso.
Una pregunta, ¿ha oído hablar de la base de Dulce? ¿De lo que ha ocurrido en la base de Dulce?
¿Dónde está eso? ¿En México?
Bueno, no en México, sino creo que es el desierto. No sé si es Arizona. Base de Dulce, los ataques militares que hubo.
Es que en inglés no sé si se dirá así. Have you heard about something about the basement in Dulce, close to Arizona?
Do what now? Arizona.
Base de Dulce.
Base de Dulce.
Ahora le digo dónde es. No me acuerdo si era...
Sí, pon una foto, a lo mejor así nos situamos mejor. We're gonna look for a picture. Because I don't know how is it called in English.
Dulce, New Mexico.
Dulce.
México.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was in New Mexico. Yeah.
New Mexico.
Sí, en Nuevo México. Have you heard something about that? Or do you have any information? ¿Tiene alguna información?
I only know what Phil Schneider shared. It seems like there's more than one person talking about the incident. Let's just say that I think that we're actually there. I mean, it cost 66 soldiers their life and almost cost him his life.
A todo lo que sabes a través de un señor que se llama Snyder, que tiene mucha información, que había 70 soldados que casi mueren. Okay, go on.
You know, and Phil Schneider was murdered for bringing out the information that he did. In fact, there's been a lot of people murdered to keep all of this alien stuff quiet. And that only tells me that it's got to be true. Mm-hmm. Why else would these people be turning up murdered right after they come out and say, hey, there's aliens, investigate it, you know? So.
Claro, y que eso le hace pensar que tendrán razón, que si justo después de que sacan la información les matan, que será por algo. So.
Yeah,
go on, please.
I'm not scared to talk about it no more because I really, in all honesty, I don't know anything more than the next guy. All the information is out there. Being able to sort out the truth from the lies is the hard part. Oh God, it's so hard sometimes. But if you keep researching, the more information you acquire, eventually what's going to happen, everybody's DNA is going to activate. I can almost guarantee it. But they got to open their minds. If they don't open their minds to the information, then it might not happen. They're going to stay locked into political and dogmatic social engineering and brainwashing. That's the only way I could describe it.
Que dice que él está convencido de Sergio, no sé si el micrófono, que está convencido de que una forma de reactivar el ADN es buscar información de este tipo, pero siempre con la mente muy abierta y no solo quedarse en los asuntos políticos o como en las anécdotas, sino siempre intentar buscar más y que una cosa te lleve a otra.
¿Cómo se llama esta persona que él dice?
Phil Schneider, creo. ¿Es it Phil Schneider?
No,
Yeah.
Phil Schneider se lo cargaron.
Yeah, Philip
Pues
Schneider.
es ese. Yeah, he's the one. He was murdered.
Ya lo puse, está aquí.
There he is.
Ah, es este, el que le cortaron los dedos, ¿no?
Claro,
Yep.
el que se lo dejaron como, se lo dejaron como crispies.
He had his hand cut, not his fingers cut.
Yeah, he was split wide open. I mean, he was
Que le
split
abrieron el
wide
canal,
open.
dice.
One of his feet were toasted really bad, like he was hit by lightning, is what he described it as.
Que uno de sus pies estaba completamente quemado, como si le hubiera traspasado un trueno. Como cuando te quema un trueno.
But they killed him for coming forth and disclosing the information.
Sí, que le mataron por revelar información.
I knew something was wrong when they formed MJ-12. You remember MJ-12? Majestic
No.
12? Okay.
Majestic
12.
Sí.
Majestic 12 es un grupo que se llama secreto, pero no es secreto porque la gente lo conoce. Estaban en contacto con los aliens.
Sergio says he was a secret group, but it's not secret anymore because everybody knows it.
No. When they killed Forrestal, I knew something was going on. Forrestal was murdered. He was thrown out of his hospital window because he was going to disclose the information like Schneider did.
Forrestal, James Forrestal, que también le mataron justo cuando iba a revelar información. El 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth one on the right, above.
Yeah, he's all the way to the right. That's Forrestal. Yeah, when they threw him out the window,
el cuarto, empezando por arriba.
He was going to tell the American
le arrojaron por la ventana cuando iba a contar algo al pueblo americano. Bueno, como a Kennedy, ¿no?
¿Cómo se llamaba el que tiraron por la ventana? ¿El que suicidaron?
Es el que tienes el cuarto arriba, James Forrestal.
James Forrestal, secretario de Defensa.
Sí.
Anyway, there was another guy, Cooper. I can't remember his first name, but he was murdered for bringing out the information too.
But he was working for the government also.
I think, yeah, he was an ex-government employee and he had direct contact with, these beings and the craft and everything. And he figured out what was going on and he knew that he had to warn the people. And he came out and they sent a regular police officer to murder him right in his front, right in front of his house, in front of his kids. That's the story I remember. I don't know. I don't know if it's in front of the kids or not. I can't remember.
Oh, it doesn't matter, don't worry. Había un exfuncionario también que se llama Cooper, que también conocía mucha información de los aliens, de las naves extraterrestres y que le mataron en su casa.
It's not going to do him any good because disclosure is coming out later on, either this year or the beginning of next year. Patty Broussard says that around, October, September 28th, thereabouts, everything is supposed to break wide open. The economy is going to crash. Trump's going to reset. Have you ever heard of NESARA? N-E-S-A-R-A? Yes.
NESARA.
Yes.
Está diciendo, espera que voy a traducir, está diciendo que al final de este año, sobre todo a partir del 28 de septiembre y al principio del año que viene, que se va a saber un montón de cosas, que va a haber en la economía va a haber un crash, ¿cómo se dice? Un colapso económico.
That's it. That's it. When that goes into it, that's what I'm waiting to see. It puts everything, it puts everything back the way it was before the cabal come in and took over the United States.
Que este organismo es el que va a poner todo otra vez en su sitio en los Estados Unidos.
And if this goes down, it'll plant the seed for the rest of the planet to do the same thing. It'll make life better on everybody.
They are gonna, sorry, what? They are gonna make?
It'll make life better for everyone.
Oh, hopefully. Que dice que todos vamos a tener una vida mejor.
You'll have to take the time to read it. Take the time to read it. Read the details about what is incurred in this being passed, and you'll be like, oh, it's pretty impressive. But I don't know if I'll live to see it. Who's to say? You know, I mean, things do change. The last reset that planet Earth was supposed to have, they said that it got screwed up. Who knows? I think Obama had a hand in that. I don't know. I got nothing.
Se suponía que tenía que haber, que ya tenía que haber habido un reset en la Tierra, pero que se supone que Obama es el que lo ha jorobado todo. Pero que ahora como que ya no se puede parar, que todo va por un buen camino.
Hang on 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Vale. Nada, vuelve.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay, don't worry.
Doggy had to go outside. He was having a litter of shit and kittens. He had to go outside.
Ya tenía que salir un momento afuera por algo de unos niños. Vale, pues no sé.
Anyway, I'm waiting to see this get wound up right here, this Nasara. When that starts happening, I'll be like, all right, the event. Have you done any research and watched any of the events on YouTube?
Oh, si quiere buscar algo en YouTube de Nasara.
I posted a lot of them on my groups on Facebook. They call it the event. Have you seen any of them? Yes.
No, I didn't have time, sorry.
Oh, you want to know about this stuff, but you ain't got time to research it. That's real good there, girl.
I'm working a lot. I'm sleeping 5 hours per day. But that's why you are here, to tell us.
Well, I'm not going to...
Dile a Roger que mi opinión, que si en el momento que detecten que puede haber un crash, porque un crash no viene de un día para otro, es decir, que los que manejan la economía saben cuando ya no se puede soportar más, que yo creo que primero montarán un conflicto bélico para taparlo, para justificarlo y decir que porque todo se estaba activando, todo estaba mejorando y por culpa del conflicto bélico, pues mira, se fue toda la mierda.
Sergio says that when people who, we could say the leaders in the government, they say everything is going to be better for everybody, there's going to be a reset, they are going to create a conflict, like an excuse, and then they will say, oh, sorry, everything was going to be all right, but now there has been a conflict and everything is fucked up. So.
It's not going to be okay. It's our job. We have to take responsibility for ourselves and our planet, okay? Now, we might get a little help from the outside, which we're supposed to be getting right now, if my information and my contacts are correct, to give us a little boost. But they want to see us take responsibility for ourselves. Okay?
Que se supone que somos nosotros los que tenemos que tomar la responsabilidad de nuestra realidad, de nuestro planeta. Que sí, que siempre puede haber alguien que nos dé un pequeño apoyo, pero que somos nosotros los responsables.
Sí, pero me parece muy bien que seamos nosotros responsables, pero tenemos que también tener el poder para hacerlo. Porque si somos los responsables y culpables de todo, pero no tenemos el poder para manejar nada, entonces ¿de qué sirve ser solo responsables? Es decir, yo quiero ser responsable, pero también tener el poder para poder modificar lo que no está bien.
Okay, he says that it is all right, we are the responsible ones, but if we don't have the power, like they have, how can we be responsible? Because we are not going to be always the guilty ones, right? We would like to be responsible, but we don't have the chance because we don't have the power.
Well, now wait a minute now. I think everything might start in America. I don't know how this is going to go down, but sources tell me that that's how it's going to start. We, the people, have the power here to vote people in and out of office, right? Well, as the crimes against humanity that the government has committed are brought forth and the people awaken to this, we're going to stand up and we're going to start kicking some ass, okay? Congress is out of there. I can almost guarantee that. All the cabal banking systems, they're out of there. All the corporate overlords, they're out of there. All the cartels are going to be shut down. That's what I'm waiting to see. But the people have to stand up and go, hey, what you're doing is not right, and take action on it. If we sit on our asses and just wait for it to happen, guess what? It ain't happening.
Que dice que tiene la sensación, y bueno, que hay los rumores de que todo va a empezar ahí en los Estados Unidos, y que todas las corporaciones, los cárteles, el Congreso, todos estos van a estar fuera, y que tiene que ser la gente que la gente va a ser la que se va a levantar y le va a decir, ya está bien, no nos gusta lo que estáis haciendo. Y son los que les van a patear el culo. Pero habiendo votado a Trump, ¿no? So why did everybody vote Trump? Well, not everybody, but
well, now wait a minute. Trump was not voted in. He was not elected. Okay? Trump was manifested into office by light workers. Okay, and the reason being is because he's against the cabal. Do you know anything about the cabal?
No.
Ooh, you gotta read. They're the bad guys working the levers behind the scenes. The bankers. Read up on
los banqueros.
Okay, I tell you what. You know who has a good source for information on the cabal? David Wilcox and Corey Good. Project Camelot. Yeah.
Sí, Project Camelot, I know it. Me está diciendo que una buena fuente de información es Proyecto Camelot, que hablan sobre el cabal, esto que es como el poder en la sombra, digamos, que bueno, son los de siempre, los bancos.
Yeah.
Trump en el poder, no la gente, no el pueblo americano.
The cabal are working with the aliens, okay? The Alpha Draconians and the other guys.
Right. El cabal, estos están trabajando con los aliens, con los draconianos. Pero no sé si se escribe. How do you spell it, please?
You got it.
C-A-B-A-L, right?
Yeah.
Baal, ahí tenemos a Baal. We have Baal. Maybe over there. Roger, we have Baal.
C-A-B-B-A-L.
Ah, BB, double B. Dos Bs.
CABBAL. There you go. Let's see what they bring up. Now they're going to bring up the Illuminati. Well, it's the same thing. Those are all Illuminati images. Okay.
They are rappers.
The Cabal is the Illuminati.
Is not with a K, maybe, instead of with a C?
You know, it might be. It might be. I told you my English is worse than my Spanish. I told you.
Dice que su inglés es peor que el español. Prueba con una K, por favor, Sergio, que a lo mejor es con K en vez de con C, que me suena
Ooh, there you go. Freemasons. There you go. There you go.
Ah, pues no, mira. Era con una B y con C. It was with a C and with one B.
Maybe, yeah.
Trump versus the Illuminati cabal.
Rosana.
I haven't seen this video, but Corey Good and David Wilcox break it down really good. And yeah, they're all satanic.
No he visto este vídeo, pero Corey Good y David Wilcox lo analizan muy bien, que son satánicos. ¿Qué querías? Perdona, Sergio.
Dile a Roger que yo me creeré que el pueblo americano toma su poder el día que no vayan a votar ni a Clinton ni a Trump.
Pero es que él dice que no es el pueblo americano. No, Sergio says he will believe one day people from America will take the power when they will not go to vote Clinton, neither Trump.
The people of America get their power, they'll do what?
That he tries to tell you that if Trump is in the power, it's because many people voted for him. Even if there is a black hand on the shadow, but
okay,
do you think everything was mass manipulation or what?
The light workers were behind the scenes causing the manifestation of him into office. Now, it could have come through people's votes. I don't know how that works. I'm not part of the Silver Legion or none of the light workers or anything. I just relay information.
Que habla de los que de light workers, los trabajadores de la luz, que puede que alguien esté detrás de todo eso, que no te podría decir, que él no está seguro, que está intentando sacar información. Perdón, sorry.
I think old boy Sergio thinks I'm full of shit. Does he?
Que dice que tú estás pensando que vaya mierda o así. Sergio.
That's okay. That's okay.
De verdad le agradezco mucho de corazón a Roger que se haya asomado a la ventana de MONOR a contar su experiencia y a compartir información.
No, he really thanks you from the deep of his heart.
Oh.
You have the courage to come here and to tell the information.
Thank you for
having me. In the future, if you want to come back when you will have more information, you are welcome.
Sure, that would be great. You know, thank God I don't have to get on stage and do this because I got terrible stage fright.
Que dice que ahora mal que no tiene que ir a ponerse delante de un escenario, que tiene pánico escénico.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to do this. I was really scared.
Que no le resultó fácil hacer esto, que tenía mucho miedo.
Yo creo que por eso cortó la llamada al principio, se asustó, porque le dije, mira, tenemos 300, 500, 600 personas escuchando en línea y enseguida cayó.
No, pero fue porque entendió mal una palabra. No, he said you disconnected because you were afraid, but it was because you misunderstood one word at the beginning of the talk.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether people believe me or not anymore. I've been called every name in the book. I've even had death threats, you know. And it just doesn't, so it just doesn't matter anymore. Sooner or later, all this information is gonna come out. You know, I'm just trying.
Que le da igual si la gente le cree o no. Que tarde o temprano toda la información saldrá a la luz.
I'm just.
Que sí, que mucha gente la amenaza.
I'm simply trying to assist in anchoring an inception point of truth, so that, because the more it comes out, the more people hear it, the more they're going to go, hey, you know, I've been hearing that a lot lately, and it's the people are going to start to wake up. I believe it's happening now, but it's real slow.
Que realmente lo único que quiere es anclar este tipo de sensación, de información, de que la gente empiece a informarse, a despertarse, que le da la sensación de que hay un movimiento muy grande que está empezando a despertar, pero que va muy despacio.
Bueno, no tiene ya... En el mundo latino hay mayor despertar que en el mundo anglosajón, a mi entender. Es decir, en el mundo anglosajón se está moviendo mucha información, pero información de disclosure, ¿cómo se puede decir? Disclosure.
Sí,
es más en el disclosure. Es más en el mundo latino, creo yo.
Pero tú dices a nivel personal, ¿no?
A nivel personal.
No, Sergio says that there is probably more movement in the Latin world, but on a personal level, you know, people who are starting like here in Sergio's program, like you, we have many people who come to tell about personal stories with entities and more personal, whereas in the Saxon world, everything goes around this closer information. Not as personal as in the Latin world, because maybe Latin character, we are more passionate, and you know, we need more to tell how we feel. Le digo que a lo mejor también es el carácter latino, ¿no? Que necesitamos más expresarnos, porque el carácter sajón es más cerrado. Because Saxon character is more close, more inner close.
Okay, well, I tell you what's having the biggest impact on the disclosure world, if you want to call it that, is retired FBI, CIA, and military people who work directly in with the aliens that are coming forward and telling the truth. You know?
Dice que sí, que lo que más movimiento de disclosure, si lo quieres llamar así, de... ¿Cómo se dice en español? Disclosure.
These are people. These are professionals.
Desclasificación o desvelación.
Eso, desclasificación, que es por parte de ex militares, de gente que ha trabajado para la CIA, para el FBI, gente retirada, retired. Sobre todo gente que se ha retirado y que ahora está empezando a tirar de la manta.
From what I understand, there are actually military personnel, white workers, on the inside continuing their work against the military-industrial complex bad guys, okay? Trying to bring more and more of the truth out.
Vale.
I can't remember. I have to
translate.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Que lo que hay mucho ahora es muchos militares que les llaman light workers, los guerreros de la luz, que dentro del ejército, pero como intentando sabotear a los que trabajan a los que trabajan dentro del ejército. something.
There's going to be more and more people advertising, like on a Saturday or a Sunday or a certain day, where they're going to want everybody to get together and go into meditation and prayer and manifest these changes besides their actions. Okay, because that's where most of our power lies, from what I understand. We're able to project and connect with each other because we're all one. You know what I mean? We're all connected.
Yeah.
But quantum non-locality proves that scientifically.
Que dice que de más en más vamos a ver movimientos de estos que dicen de ir todos juntos el sábado, el domingo a meditar, porque la gente está comprendiendo que desde el punto de vista cuántico estamos todos conectados y todos somos uno.
Do you remember the 100 monkey experiment?
Sí, me suena el experimento de los 100 monos.
Sí, el mono 100.
Si lo quieres buscar.
The 100 monkey experiment. You look it up. It proves that they're all connected, just like we are. I'm not saying we're monkeys. Don't. I mean, well, some of us are, but.
Que ese experimento prueba que todos los monos estaban conectados, como nosotros. Dice, bueno, no estoy diciendo que seamos monos. Dice, bueno, aunque algunos sí que lo son. O somos.
But theoretically, it's the same thing with our DNA. We're all connected.
Que es como el ADN, que estamos todos conectados por el ADN.
We're all part of the same collective source, as well, too, or whatever you want to call it, God. I'm getting to the point where I don't like the term God anymore, Que
ya no le gusta llamar, ya no le gusta llamarlo Dios, pero que todos venimos de la misma fuente. Y le pregunto si él cree que somos de este planeta. Do you think we come from this planet, or what is your theory about it?
No, I look at it more like, now there's a lot of gods, that's why. There's just so many of them. But I prefer to call my God the only infinite creator. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's how I perceive the higher power, or whatever you want to call it. And we're all part of that. We're all tiny droplets of the creator. And as a matter of fact, Sergeant Patty Brassard, he said, I can't believe all these people actually believe that there's a God. And he laughed. And that kind of threw me for a minute.
Dice que en realidad podría haber muchos dioses, pero que solo hay una fuente única y verdadera. Nombres, que no me he quedado con su nombre. Que dice, no me puedo creer que la gente solo crea que hay un Dios, y que suelta una carcajada.
I hope that none of my sources get angry for me, saying their name or anything. I'd like to apologize, but I ain't gonna, because guess what? People need to know, guys. Hi, it's me.
Que dice que espera que nadie se ofenda por haber dicho su nombre, pero que le da igual, que él está ahí, que va a decir el nombre de todo el mundo, de sus fuentes.
Yeah.
Que bueno, creo que no me ha contestado.
Hello. I hope my face don't start popping up on milk cartons anytime soon.
Dice que espera que no pongan su foto en los cartones de leche. Sí,
Yeah.
porque en Estados Unidos
We never
los
know.
cartones de leche
¿Cómo se dice?
hay muchas cosas reivindicativas. Disappeared, desaparecido.
Yeah, I could be vitamin D.
Van Damme, dice que va a ser Van Damme. Bueno, ¿alguna cosa más?
No, está perfecta la tertulia y darle las gracias a Roger por su participación y bueno, ya
No has presentado nuestro libro.
bueno, sí, ahora al final la presentamos. Primero saluda a Roger, dale las gracias y luego hacemos... Luego, si quieres, habla del libro, pero en inglés, porque como a mí ya me conocen en español, pues bueno, puedes hablar del libro en inglés.
Vale, pues we are gonna finish because it's 1:35 in Spain in the morning. Vamos a acabar ya, que es la 1:35 en España. And we really...
You guys want to continue tomorrow?
Sergio always, every day. Sergio
Okay.
siempre continúa.
You
Now
want
you understand why we don't have time. Que antes me echaba la bronca, me dice, pero tienes que investigar. Le digo, no tengo tiempo, hijo mío. 5 horas duermo. Y digo que tú siempre estás ahí tampoco. Pues nada, we really thank you for being here because you are our first English spoken person.
Oh no.
Who opens this show for English American people in the future. Le digo que es el primero que abre esta serie de charlas que habrá en inglés en el futuro.
Come, look me up on Facebook, go through my groups, my information. Everything that I know is, every bit of information I get, I put in my groups. I've got several. I'll give you a list of them on Facebook if you want.
Vale, we can post it tomorrow. Tomorrow we can post all the information.
Okay.
Dice que tiene muchos grupos en Facebook donde hay mucha gente que pone información. Y le digo que si quiere pasarme la información, mañana se lo pasamos. Hold on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, Roger.
Okay.
You're welcome always.
Nos da las gracias por haber venido aquí.
In this window.
Buenos noches.
Buenas noches. Good evening.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Se fue.
No, ahora puedes hacerla en inglés, puedes presentar el libro, bueno, comentarlo. Yo voy a ponerla por si alguien lo quiere.
Vale, to finish our talk for today, I would like to present you Sergio's book. We have here, which is called MONOR. And, bueno, ya no lo traduzco en español porque todo el mundo sabe lo que voy a decir más o menos. This book is about how we have been manipulated through language throughout history, beginning from the Sumerian and passing through all the languages in the history, through history, until our present moment. So if somebody wants to know more about the book, you can purchase it in Sergio's webpage, which is on the top, www.monor.org or RG. And then you have his mail, sergio.monor.org. And then we have also Facebook, and you also have my Facebook in English, which is called
Saxon MONOR, yeah.
Saxon MONOR. I think that's all. Sergio, do you want to say anything else?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, we hope this video will reach lots of people all over the world. Esperamos que este vídeo alcance a muchas personas a lo largo de todo el planeta. This is just the beginning. Este es el comienzo.
Bueno, seguiremos abriendo la ventana una vez a la semana por ahora con el mundo anglosajón. Gracias, Rosana, por tu esfuerzo. Estamos abriendo el fractal. Roger ha sido la primera persona que hemos abierto el fractal. Y bueno, esperamos próximamente tener nuevos invitados de lengua inglesa. Y bueno, gracias a ti por estar disponible y por tu compromiso por traducir a los protagonistas en lengua anglosajona.
De nada, un honor. We hope more people will come to visit us. If you want to tell a story, feel free to tell us via email or in our Facebook. And this window is open for everybody because this series of program is called We All Have Something to Say. Además, que Sergio se llama Todos Tenemos Algo que Decir. So we will come everybody. Let's play some music.
Bueno, conmigo, nos vamos viendo. Gracias por estar en directo. Gracias por todo. Y bueno, te deseo lo mejor. Aquí abrimos la ventana, ponemos información sobre la mesa y luego tú picotea la información que más te interese para mejorar tu vida, que para eso lo hacemos. Para ti y también para mí y para Rosana, para todos. Gracias por estar. Besos con brazos y nos vemos próximamente.
Bye bye.
It's growing all the time. I do myself a service to feel this weak, to be this nervous.